Hello, Blue Jackets fans. Jeff Svoboda here with another edition of Where Are They Now, presented by Huntington Bank, a chance to catch up with some of the memorable names and faces over the first 20 years of Blue Jackets hockey, and certainly have one of those with us here today, and Jan Hejda, the former Blue Jackets defenseman who spent 4 years with the team. And Jan, it's great to catch up here. You can kind of see in the background, Nationwide Arena. You can see the cannon a little bit over my shoulder here. Just maybe what comes to mind as you see this place where you got to spend so many years and play so many games, and what memories come back when you think about Columbus over the years?
Obviously, great memories. That was a great organization to play for. And when I started playing in Ohio for Blue Jackets, hockey wasn't that big. It was always Buckeyes everywhere. But I think they made a huge improvement, and fans are great number one fans in the league there.
Yeah, and obviously it was a place where you kind of found your game and found yourself really establishing yourself as an NHL player. What do you remember about just kind of coming to Columbus and just getting that opportunity to really cement yourself as a defenseman who was playing every night?
Yeah, I was lucky to have a great coaches, obviously, there, and great teammates. It was a young team. We had a couple veteran players in our organization, but most of us had no experience, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, you started your career in your native Czech Republic, also played in Russia before you came over to the NHL. Actually, were 28 years old when you started your career with the Edmonton Oilers, playing there for a season before coming to Columbus. Just what was maybe that transition like as you came over, started playing in the NHL, playing the North American style after so many years over in Europe? Just what was that like?
I think I was an experienced player back in Europe, a few world championships, and playing in Russia, basically KHL, but wasn't KHL established yet, but that was same level as a KHL now. And the funny part was basically when I came over to North America, I was treated like a rookie. I was 28 years old, but a rookie. And basically, I was treated like I never played hockey before.
So yeah, it was a little bit of a different transition, I'd have to imagine. So you end up coming over here, come to Columbus, and immediately really found some success here. The first 2 seasons you were here, you were plus 43. You were part of the first playoff team in Blue Jackets history. What kind of comes to mind as you just think about coming to Columbus and really kind of establishing yourself here as a Blue Jacket?
Yeah, the reason why I came over to Blue Jackets obviously was Scott Howson. When I played in Edmonton, he was assistant general manager, and he brought me over to Columbus. Like I said before, great coach, great organization. I have to say, I was with the Oilers and Blue Jackets and Avalanche and a little bit with Chicago, but I have to say, like, the way how Blue Jackets treat players was my best experience.
Yeah, well, that's obviously great to hear. When you came here, did you know much about Columbus? Obviously, you said there was quite a bit of a Buckeye focus here when you got here. But was it a town that you kind of had to learn and get to know as you got through your time here?
Yeah, absolutely. When I got offered, my first phone call was to David Wyborny. He talked about Columbus as a quiet city, not crazy, a little bit smaller, and I believe it's a great place to raise family and live. I know there is a lot of retired players move back to Ohio, move back to Columbus, and still live there.
Yeah, it has become a home for a lot of people, just as it worked out. Certainly, we all enjoy staying here. Wanted to ask a little bit, too, that first year that you were here, or I think it was actually the first or second year you were here, it was the team, the first ever Blue Jackets team to make the playoffs. Just what was it like to be a part of that and kind of make some history here in Columbus, something that had never been done before, and you guys were able to really pull it all together and have a great year and make some history?
Yeah, I remember that very, very good because it was an unbelievable season. Every time you're playing for a team which that team is making a playoff is like the feeling is like nobody can stop us, and we had that feeling on the end of the season. Like, I believe the motto was like, "Why not us?" I think that's what we had on the shirt, and that was the feeling. Why not us? Until we play a first round against Detroit, and that was a wake-up call. That was totally different level, and we were just like looking around what's going on.
Yeah, that was kind of the Detroit heyday. Certainly a great team that you guys ran up against, but there's so many people that have great memories of that team and that first playoff run. As you look at the fans and just how they embraced you guys as that year went on, it was a year that kind of built and built, because I think you got off to a little bit of a slow start, but as the year went on, got into January, got into February, and even into March, that team was playing such good hockey. Just what do you remember about the atmosphere and the fan support that you guys had at that time?
Yeah, the Nationwide Arena was great. Sold out almost every night. Uh, Again, not too much history in Columbus, not too much history of NHL in Columbus, and it was absolutely awesome when people start recognizing that there is some other sport than just college football, and they did let us know, and then they stay behind us all the time.
Yeah. Did you ever, mention the Ohio State angle? Did you ever make it to any Ohio State games, or did you kind of get to experience what that was like when you were here?
No, not really. Trust me, I never went to Broncos game either, so I'm not a football fan.
Yeah, not the biggest sport in the Czech Republic.
To me, it's a boring game. It's like just take everything they take so longer than in hockey, and I think I watch a few football games, mostly just a playoff or a Super Bowl on television, and I think it's way better to watch on television than live.
Yeah, that is true. And I wanted to ask you about some of the guys that you played with back in that time that you were with the Blue Jackets. And I think a guy that you really meshed with that year that the team had the playoff run was Mike Commodore. You guys were like a shutdown pair, a top pair in the NHL. Commodore, certainly a guy. He was one of the interviews I've done previously, and certainly a great guy to talk to. Just what do you remember about the chemistry that you guys are able to have? And if you have any comedy stories that are repeatable, feel free to tell them.
I mean, I love comedy. He's a great guy, always fun guy. The story. I'm pretty sure he's known by that, but I always gonna remember how he had a problem to be on time because he was always he sleeps pretty. Let's put it this way: there was no alarm clock it was able to wake him up, and he was telling us about buying a very old style alarm clock, and he had to put it on the plate and under the bed just to make sure that he wake up and he get trouble before with Coach Hitchcock, and like I said, he was late a lot.
Yeah. Well, there's no shortage of Mike Commodore stories. I'm sure he was a fun guy to play with. And just as you look about your time here in Columbus, that was 4 seasons. Are there any other players, kind of teammates that stand out? There were some guys here from, Czech Republic. You mentioned David Baborny that have played here over the years. Just any other teammates or maybe guys that you really remember and maybe have stayed in touch with from your time with the Blue Jackets?
Yeah, I think that was, like I said before, it was a very young team and a very talented team. And most of the players had a great career after they play in Blue Jackets, or they stayed with Blue Jackets, or just move somewhere else. But one of the top player I ever play with is Jacob Voracek, and I really stay in touch with him a lot, even these days. He's still playing. I'm retired, but we stay in touch. I think he's really nice and great guy.
Yeah, for sure, and a guy that's carved out quite a career in the league, just as you did. So we call this thing "Where Are They Now?" So I always have to ask my guests here, where are you now? I believe you've ended up. You finished your career in Colorado with the Avalanche. Is that where you've ended up these days?
Yes, yeah. I'm living in Colorado. I was thinking a little bit after I retired. I was thinking a little bit about moving back to Columbus. As of right now, I'm in Colorado. My son just turned 12. I'm pretty sure Colorado is not the best place to play hockey in the United States. So I'm probably gonna move somewhere else. I don't know if it's gonna be next year or a couple of years from now, but for now, Colorado is our home.
Well, I've got a lot of friends out there. It's not a bad place to be. Columbus would certainly welcome you back, or wherever you end up. I know you've kind of stayed in the game, though, with some ties to your son playing, and I think you've even done some work as an agent. Just what's kind of your post-career been like, and just how much fun is it to be able to kind of still have a hand in the game that I would imagine gave you so much?
Yeah, I coach my son for a little bit too, and I'm coaching in a company. I don't know if I can say name, but it's basically a hockey academy here in Denver. not just in Denver, but one of the locations in Denver. And I started working with agency who represent me when I play. It was right after I retired from hockey, and I'm really enjoying being a family advisor and agent because for me it's kind of the same feeling when my players achieve some great stuff, like winning a playoff game or scoring a hat trick. It's kind of same feeling like he's my teammate and I'm his teammate. So I enjoy that that kind of like side of the hockey.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. And I'd have to imagine it's also pretty cool to be a hockey dad. How's that treating you so far?
It's not that cool, trust me. It's a lot of thinking, like a lot of dealing. I'm good parent. That's I have to say that this year I'm not coaching my son too much, but when I was a head coach, it's very fun to coach kids. It's not fun to deal with parents. And it's the same thing. I'm a good parent. Coach called me, what do you think about your son moving to defense? And I was like, don't ask me, you are coach.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of drama in the youth hockey.
True, but it's at least cool to see your son kind of maybe following in your footsteps, and maybe who knows where his career might take him one of these days. But at least he's probably having some fun with it, I'd have to imagine. Yeah,
absolutely. I think he's a little bit more skilled than me, which is good to see these days in the NHL. He's also a really smart hockey player. Now I'm a little bit confused if he's a forward or defenseman. Even his age, I thought he's gonna decide, but he kind of playing both, which I have no problem with that. We'll see how that's gonna go.
That is true. Maybe he can do it all one of these days. But certainly great to catch up, Jan. We'd love to see you here in Columbus one of these days, or maybe we'll run into you in Denver or wherever it may be. Great to catch up, and thanks for doing this.
All right, thank you.
And thank you, fans, for watching another edition of Huntington Bank's Where Are They Now? And we'll catch you next time.